Well, that was the observatory in Slough after a fashion. Here's an item from the beginning of last April. We had sacks and sacks of mail about this item with Tom Magner looking at a new way of curbing speeding motorists.
Over the past 18 months or so, we've been getting used to seeing roadside speed cameras telling us how fast we're travelling. Yet there's growing evidence we're getting too used to them, taking them too much for granted, particularly when it comes to obeying speed restrictions through roadworks. Police are becoming so concerned that they're testing a revolutionary new device. Revolutionary it may be, but surprising it certainly is. This new speed camera comes disguised as an ordinary traffic cone. Motorists are set to face the dawning of a new age when too much accelerator will have the cones flashing back. Inspector Steve Thwaites is in charge of this experiment for Thames Valley Police. Steve, what benefits is this device going to give you?
The biggest that we've seen at the moment is the fact that it's so portable. We can move it from location to location as opposed to the conventional speed devices we've seen in the past, which are obviously rigidly fixed at particular sites.
Doesn't that mean, though, if it's portable, it's easily stolen?
That's obviously a concern we've got, and also the vulnerability of perhaps being hit by a vehicle, and that's something that the manufacturers are looking at, some form of tamper-proof device for us.
Now, isn't this experiment tying up officers who would otherwise be dealing with burglaries and other crimes like that?
Obviously, speed enforcement is a real issue because of the number of lives that are lost, but at the same time it's got to be balanced against the needs of those that are being burgled. The beauty of this is it doesn't work on a film, again like the conventional cameras do, and therefore we're not tying officers up with that. It's much quicker and easier to operate, so in fact we can do the same amount of enforcement, if not more, and spare more resources for matters that are affecting people in their day-to-day lives.
How much is this costing the council taxpayers of the Thames Valley area?
The beauty is it's cost them absolutely nothing because it is a new system. The manufacturers are paying for all costs, not only the equipment, but all enforcement costs and prosecution costs. So in fact, whereas in the past the traditional devices have cost them a lot of money, this is actually costing them absolutely nothing, and obviously we're going to make the most of it.
Carriageway observation and notification equipment, or CONE for short, makes use of components at the leading edge of technology. Klaus Upschnapper, you're the inventor of this new device. How does it work?
It generates an electric field at a frequency which can be preset like a torch. A speeding car triggers the flash. Instead of a photo on a film, it takes an ionization image stored in this black box.
So what advantages does it have?
It gives a much clearer detail of the number plate on a car. No need to change film because there isn't one. Police can interrogate it by driving past in a car fitted with special transponder.
That's a very simple device. Where did you get the idea from?
I've worked on radar systems for the past 25 years. I thought of the device when I was working on an underwater project to guard harbours and projects North Sea oil rigs.
So why do you think that basically this is the device for the job?
Because it's portable, can be used in all weathers, and like all good inventions, it's simple.
Scientists are excited at this invention. The police are keen to see it in routine service. But what do the motorists think?
I don't think it's quite fair to the motorists. You don't really know if it's working, it's not working. And besides, the old police car was a bit of fun, I thought.
I think it's a good idea to have speed traps around. Yeah. I think some motorists drive far too quick.
Isn't it the sort of thing, though, you think you might get used to?
Probably not. No, I think if you know that they're there, I think you will keep your speed down. Yes, I would anyway.
I'd be wary. I'd have to be very careful myself, for obvious reasons. But if it works, it's a good idea.
And nowadays, of course, people are getting used to speed cameras, so do you think that's going to help them?
No, I think being in cones will catch people out. You know, sort of where they originally put the cameras, you see. I mean, you see people slowing down. People got to know where they were. So I suppose surprise is the trick.
The speed camera. That means you're going to catch me too, is it? That means you're going to catch me too.
Traffic cone? I had no idea they were doing it. I'm taken aback, to be honest. I think it's pitiful and abysmal, to be honest. Are they not even announced that they're doing it?
It's an experiment at the moment.
Right, okay, but there's nothing on the roadside to say they're doing it?
No, well, there are roadside speed camera signs at the moment. I mean, if they come in all over the place, what would you feel as a motorist, though?
Well, I'm disappointed about the number of cones around anyway at the moment. So if they're just putting cones up for the sake of attracting speeding motorists, I think that's wrong. They do have other methods at their disposal for catching motorists that are speeding.
You've kicked them, you've cursed them, you've put them on top of phone boxes to try and get them out of the way. But just remember one thing. The cone always wins.
So there is a use for traffic cones after all. And now something completely different.